it's amazing that the BBSA has been doing this for 30 years, already delivered 30 years of excellence, going back to the first gathering, as it was called, in 1983. We're here to encourage, empower, and recognize our students and alumni as they pursue greater leadership roles across the many organizations that they lead and are involved with.
The epiphany that I really came to was that you're afraid that if you say something stupid, people will remember because you're the only black person in the room. But you can turn that around and you can say, if I say something very insightful, they'll remember that because I'm the only one. And so you just have to get away from that and you have to think about it in a more positive way. As I look at what the universities are trying to do, they're saying that in the long term, the university's success is going to be related to getting the best students in. And the best students in will be the most successful in their career and will give back to the university. And that's why you have programs that finance so much of one's education.
I am deeply honored to present to you our Stanford 2013 Tapestry Award winner, Tony Miller.
So first of all, how many people have heard there are more African-American males in prison than in college? How many people have heard that? How many people know that's no longer true? Right? It is no longer true. At an increasing rate, we have more African-American males in college than we do in prison. We have turned that tide, and the rate is increasing. A lot of students who actually graduate from high school today are not actually prepared for college. Not actually prepared for college. It can be as much as 40% of kids today who graduate need some kind of remediation before they can go on to college. And that's because states set individual standards that, in a very competitive world, aren't internationally benchmarked. They're not competitive. What do we have today? We've now got 47 states in the District of Columbia who've adopted higher standards. In higher ed, what you've seen is a 50% increase in poor and disadvantaged people through Pell Grants, the expansion of Pell Grants, who've been able to access a higher education for the first time. Literally going to almost 12 million students. So we've had tremendous increases in terms of how we, in fact, going to invest in the human capital in this country. And that is, again, you can't do it by yourself, but with a dedicated team, with a set of opportunities, you really can make a difference on something that fundamentally changes the world.